One thing about Jamaicans, you know, we're creative bad. You ever hear them talk about when your hand make go scratch you, you're gonna become rich? We all wish that was true because at one point in our lives that happened. But you ever think or dream about becoming a millionaire? I know I have, and a lot of people probably have the same dream. But what are we doing to actually set our lives in that path of becoming a millionaire? Hey, is this John? John, you just won $1 million. Just pick it up by the Western Union. Don't follow that. But in this video, I will go over a plan that will set me on the path to becoming a millionaire rather sooner than later. Stay tuned. When I started this investment journey, I started it by trying to become a dividend investor. And that is basically where I invest in a stock and then the dividends will act as a cash flow so it could sustain me. Since then, I've started my stock portfolio and basically have some stocks that pay me a little bit of money, but not to the point where I can say I can live off that cash. And doing more research, I found a tool that is called compound interest. Therefore, my plan is basically to apply compound interest to a stock that I researched the other day, which has the potential to pay me a lot in dividends, which is called the JMMB preference share 7.35%. And if you don't understand anything that I just said, don't fret, I will break it down for you. So let's talk about the 7.35% preference share of JMMB. Long story short, this is going to be a stock that will give you 7.35% of your investment in dividends over a 7-year period, meaning you will have a fixed interest rate of 7.35% being paid to you in the form of dividends. So now you explain this and you just think that everybody can understand what you mean same way. Let me explain this even further by adding in the compound interest effect. So let's say you invest $250,000 into this preference share. 7.35% of $250,000 will be approximately $18,000. Therefore, at the end of the year, you would basically have $268,000 approximately. To go even further, since we have a new balance now of $268,000, we're going to do 7.35% of that. And in the second year, you would get basically approximately $19,000 in dividends, bringing your year 2 total to approximately $288,000. Now, doing the math, after 7 years, your new total would be from $250,000 to approximately $400,000. So that is basically what compound interest is. But let's say you want to boost that effect. How can you get that done? One method, and the method that I will use to get this action or get this snowball rolling, is applying compound interest with dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is basically investing a set amount of money every month regardless of the stock price fluctuation, basically building up your position in that stock every month or every period in which you choose to invest money in that stock. So let's say we invest the same $250,000 in that stock at 7.35%. Adding the dollar cost average effect would be basically if I were to put $20,000 in that account every month also. So imagine investing $250,000 into that stock, but the difference would be that every month you would also invest $20,000 in that stock. Scenario time. So let's talk about year 1. So you have an initial investment of $250,000. Basically, that's what you spend to buy the stock. That is where you started your position at. And then for every month, you put aside $20,000 to increase your position in that stock. So 20 times 12 would be $240,000. Adding your initial $250,000 plus your yearly saving of $240,000 would bring your account total to $490,000. 7.35% of that would be approximately $36,000. $100,000. Therefore, your portfolio will now be valued at approximately $526,000 in your first year by applying the compound interest along with dollar cost averaging. By applying the same calculations to year 1, we look at year 2 and now our portfolio is valued around $700,000. Year 3, we're now at $1.1 million. Year 4 with a $1.4 million. Year 5 with a 1.7. Year 6, 2.2, and year 7, $2.6 million. Now by applying this concept over year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and year 6 to 7, your account will be approximately $2.6 million. Yes, there might be a lot of factors. There might be that maybe you missed some payment dates, maybe the stock price changed, maybe my calculations are off. Who knows? But the fact remains that consistently averaging into a stock and maintaining a position will guarantee you an increase in your overall initial investment. And yes, this method is slow. $2.6 million over 7 years is not a lot of money. But think of it this way. What if you are in a position where you can afford to spend more money or invest more money monthly into that stock? Then the snowball just becomes bigger, and then your initial investment might be worth even $3 million or $5 million after that 7 years. Is just that it's up to what you can afford to invest. And while I am aware that maybe not everybody will have this amount to invest monthly or to be their initial investment, it doesn't matter how small you start, but the aim is that you start. I see this 7.35% preference share by JMMB not necessarily as saying I'm buying a stock. I technically am buying a stock, but I see it as an savings account and saving my money and trying my best not to withdraw or spend from that. It's basically money that I'm going to put aside, not look into, and just develop a certain amount of money and then maybe transfer that money into another cash vehicle. So hopefully in the future I can have a cash position that pays me a dividend monthly that covers my bills and my rent or anything that comes up. This is why I will be focusing on this method, but not only with this 7.35% interest from JMMB, but with other stocks, for example like Carreras or Apple. I will do this religiously for 7 years and let's see how it pans out. But I believe in this JMMB preference share. I also believe in the methods of compounded interest and dollar cost averaging. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. This has been Demetress Fairman. If you like this channel, please like, share and subscribe. Share it with all of your friends. And if you want to support us, there are some links down in the description where you can sign up for Blockfi and Wise. Sign up for them. Help me, help you, help this channel. Alright, so until next time, happy investing.